للرجال نصيب مما ترك الوالدان والأقربون وللنساء نصيب مما ترك الوالدان والأقربون مما قل منه أو كثر نصيبا مفروضا.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. In this lesson we will study مسائل المعادة, redistribution of wealth between full siblings with paternal siblings after the share of the grandfather. المعادة. After the grandfather is given his share, we calculate the remaining shares between paternal siblings and full siblings. The full brother blocks the paternal siblings. If the remaining wealth is more than half of the estate, the full sister takes half of the estate and the paternal sister takes 1/6. However, if the remaining is less than half of the entire wealth, the full sister takes all the wealth and blocks any paternal siblings. Example of priority of inheritance. Number 1, we give the grandfather his share, followed by the full siblings. And number 3 is the paternal siblings. Example number 1, we have a grandfather, 2 full sisters, and a paternal brother. In this example, it's equal whether the grandfather gets muqasama or 1/3 of the estate. So the grandfather gets 1/3 of the wealth. After the 1/3 is given to the grandfather, he disappears. Now we have 2 full sisters. The 2 full sisters, their share is 2/3 of the wealth. So they take 2/3. Therefore, nothing remains for the paternal brother. Example number 2. We have a grandfather, full brother, and 2 paternal brothers. In this occasion, we have with the grandfather 3 people. So it is better for the grandfather that he takes 1/3 of the estate. It is better for the grandfather he takes 1/3 of the estate. We give the grandfather 1/3 of the estate. The remaining goes to the full brother, and the full brother blocks the paternal brothers from the inheritance because he is more closer to the deceased person. So the full brother blocks the paternal brothers from the inheritance, and he takes the remaining 2/3. Example number 3. We have a grandfather, full sister, paternal brother, and a maternal brother. Now we look at what is better for the grandfather. The grandfather has a full sister and a paternal brother with him. As for the maternal brother, he is blocked from inheritance. The grandfather blocks the maternal brother totally from the inheritance. So in this occasion, the number of siblings with the grandfather is 1.5. So al-muqasama is better for the grandfather. So the grandfather is treated like a brother. We have a 1 sister and 2 boys here. So it will be للذكر مثل حظ الأنثيين. So the grandfather takes 2 shares, the sister takes 1 share, and the paternal brother takes 2 shares. The case is built upon 5. The grandfather takes 2 shares out of the 5, and the remaining is put between the full sister and the paternal brother. Now we build the case of al-mu'ada, meaning this brother here, the paternal brother, can't do للذكر مثل حظ الأنثيين with the full sister. The paternal brother is not an asaba for the sister. So the full sister here takes half of the remaining. So in this occasion, 3 is not possible to divide into half without having fractions. We correct this by timing the denominator on top of the total share. So we do 2 times 5 equals 10, 2 times 2 for the grandfather, he takes 4, and the full sister takes half of 10. She takes half of 10, which is 5, and the remaining goes to the paternal brother. As for the maternal brother, he is blocked from inheritance by the grandfather. Example number 4 and example number 5. Example number 4, we have a husband, grandfather, 2 full sisters, and a paternal brother. The husband is entitled to half of the wealth. So we build the case upon the denominator of the husband. So half of 2 is 1. The husband grabs half of the wealth. The remaining goes to the grandfather and the 2 full sisters and the paternal brother. Now we look at what benefits the grandfather. It is equal for the grandfather whether he takes a muqasama or 1/3 of the estate. So we say, let's give him 1/3 of the wealth. So 1/3 of the wealth will go to the grandfather. 1/3 of the remaining will go to the grandfather. So we take the denominator and times it on top of the total share. So 3 times 2 equals 6. And then 3 times 1 for the husband equals 3. The grandfather takes 1/3 of the remaining, which is equals to 1. Now we have 2 full sisters here, and the remaining is 2. And these 2 full sisters are entitled to 2/3 of the wealth, but the remaining is less than 2/3 of the wealth. So they take the entire share, and the paternal brother is blocked from the inheritance. Example number 5, we have 2 daughters, grandfather, full brother, and a paternal brother. In this example, the 2 daughters are taking 2/3 of the wealth. So the first case is built upon the denominator of the 2 daughters. So they take 2/3 of 3, which is 2, and the remaining goes to the grandfather and the full brother and the paternal brother. What is more beneficial for the grandfather? The grandfather is with a full brother and a paternal brother. So if he divides the wealth here, 1/3 of the remaining is going to be less than 1/6 of the entire share. So the grandfather in this occasion will take 1/6 of the entire share rather than take 1/3 of the remaining. And as for the remaining, we look at the 2 brothers, the paternal brother and the full brother. We times the total share by 2, and the new case is built upon 6. 2/3 of 6 is 4. 1/6 of 6 is 1, and the remaining, which is 1, goes to the full brother. The paternal brother is blocked. The end.